The midday sun beats down mercilessly. Tiny hands, calloused and worn, clutch at heavy bricks. A young girl, her face etched with exhaustion, struggles to keep up with the demands of her taskmaster. Childhood for her is a distant dream, stolen away by the harsh realities of child labor. This is the plight of millions of children around the world. Forced to work in hazardous conditions, denied education and healthcare, they toil tirelessly, their childhood sacrificed at the altar of poverty, exploitation, and indifference. This essay delves into the grim reality of child labor, exploring its causes, its devastating impact, and the global efforts underway to eradicate this scourge. Child labor is the employment of children in any work that deprives them of their childhood, interferes with their ability to attend regular school, and is mentally, physically, socially, or morally harmful. It is a violation of fundamental human rights, robbing children of their education, health, and freedom. According to the International Labor Organization, an estimated 160 million children worldwide are engaged in child labor, with nearly half of them, 79 million, trapped in hazardous work. This includes work in agriculture, mining, construction, manufacturing, and domestic service, often involving long hours, dangerous tools, and exposure to harmful substances. The causes of child labor are complex and multifaceted, stemming from a toxic mix of poverty, lack of education, exploitation, and weak law enforcement. These factors intertwine to create an environment where children are forced into laborious tasks, often at the expense of their childhood and future prospects. Poverty often forces families to send their children to work to supplement meager incomes. In many cases, the income generated by child labor is seen as essential for the survival of the family. This harsh reality means that children are often found working in fields, factories, and even on the streets, doing whatever they can to bring in a few extra coins. Lack of access to quality education perpetuates the cycle of poverty, limiting children's future opportunities and making them more vulnerable to exploitation. When schools are underfunded, overcrowded, or simply too far away, children are left with few options. They miss out on the chance to learn, grow, and eventually break free from the chains of poverty. Take the story of Ramesh, a 12-year-old boy from rural India. His life took a drastic turn when his father passed away, leaving the family in dire financial straits. Forced to drop out of school after his father's death, Ramesh now works in a brick kiln, earning a pittance to support his family. His hands, once meant for holding books and pencils, are now calloused from the hard labor he endures daily. His story is not unique. Across the globe, countless children face similar fates, their potential stifled by circumstances beyond their control. Millions of children like Ramesh are trapped in a vicious cycle of poverty and exploitation, their dreams shattered by the harsh realities of their circumstances. These children, who should be playing, learning, and growing, are instead burdened with responsibilities far beyond their years. The fight against child labor is not just about enforcing laws, it's about addressing the root causes that force children into such dire situations. The impact of child labor on children is devastating, leaving lasting scars on their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. These young souls are thrust into a world of hardship and toil, often before they even understand what childhood should be. The innocence of play, the joy of learning, and the comfort of a safe environment are ripped away from them, replaced by the harsh realities of labor. Children engaged in hazardous work are at risk of physical injuries, respiratory problems, skin diseases, and stunted growth. The environments they work in are often unsafe, filled with dangerous machinery, toxic chemicals, and other hazards that pose serious threats to their health. These children are not just losing their childhood, they are risking their lives every single day. The long hours, harsh working conditions, and lack of proper nutrition take a heavy toll on their health, often leading to chronic illnesses and disabilities. Malnutrition is rampant among child laborers, weakening their bodies and making them more susceptible to diseases. The relentless grind of labor leaves them exhausted, with little energy to fight off illnesses or recover from injuries. Beyond the physical toll, child labor inflicts deep psychological wounds. The constant stress and pressure can lead to severe mental health issues. These children often feel isolated and abandoned, struggling with feelings of worthlessness and despair. The emotional scars they carry can last a lifetime, affecting their ability to form healthy relationships and lead fulfilling lives. Children forced to work are deprived of their childhood. their innocence stolen away by the burden of adult responsibilities. Instead of playing and learning, they are carrying heavy loads, working long hours, and performing tasks meant for adults. This premature transition into adulthood robs them of the carefree days they deserve, leaving them with memories of hardship and struggle. They experience high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, and are more likely to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. The relentless pressure to work and the constant fear of punishment create an environment of perpetual anxiety. Many of these children develop deep-seated psychological issues that can persist into adulthood, making it difficult for them to lead normal, healthy lives. The lack of education and social interaction hampers their cognitive development, limiting their future prospects and trapping them in a cycle of poverty and exploitation. Without access to education, these children are denied the opportunity to learn and grow, to develop the skills they need to build a better future. They are isolated from their peers, missing out on the social interactions that are crucial for healthy development. This isolation and lack of education ensure that the cycle of poverty continues, as they are left with few opportunities to escape their circumstances. The international community has recognized the urgency of addressing child labor, with numerous initiatives and conventions aimed at eradicating this scourge. The ILO's
This video is sponsored by BuyMote e-shopping application. It's an online shopping app, now available on Play Store and App Store.
Minimum Age Convention, number 138, and Worst Forms of Child Labor Convention, number 182, set international standards for the minimum age of employment and prohibit the worst forms of child labor, including slavery, trafficking, and hazardous work. Governments, international organizations, non-governmental organizations, and businesses are working together to combat child labor through a multi-pronged approach. This includes strengthening legal frameworks, improving access to education, providing social protection for vulnerable families, and promoting fair trade practices. Turning the tide success stories. While the fight against child labor is far from over, there have been notable successes in recent years. Countries like Brazil, Vietnam, and Nepal have made significant strides in reducing child labor rates through a combination of legislation, education programs, and poverty reduction initiatives. One inspiring example is the work of Kailash Satyarthi, a children's rights activist from India who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014 for his efforts to end child slavery. Satyarthi's organization, Bachpan Bachao Andolan, or Save the Childhood Movement, has rescued thousands of children from forced labor and advocated for their rights and rehabilitation. What you can do. The fight against child labor requires a collective effort. It's not just the responsibility of governments or large organizations, every individual has a part to play. By coming together, we can amplify our impact and drive meaningful change. As individuals, we can all play a role in creating a world where every child is free to learn, play, and dream. Imagine a world where every child has the opportunity to explore their potential without the burden of labor. This vision can become a reality if we all contribute. Here are some actionable steps you can take. First, educate yourself about the issue. Understanding the root causes and the impact of child labor is crucial. Support organizations working to combat child labor. These organizations are on the front lines providing resources and support to children in need. Your contributions can make a significant difference. Donate to reputable NGOs like Save the Children, UNICEF, and other organizations that have a proven track record in fighting child labor. Your donations help fund programs that rescue children from exploitative situations and provide them with education and care, and the International Labor Organization. These organizations work tirelessly to create policies and frameworks that protect children globally. Advocate for fair trade practices. By choosing products that are certified as fair trade, you ensure that the workers involved in their production are treated fairly and paid a living wage. Choose products that are certified as fair trade, ensuring that workers are paid a living wage and that child labor is not used in their production. This simple choice can have a profound impact on the lives of workers and their families. Ensuring that workers are paid a living wage and that child labor is not used in their production. Raise awareness. And that child labor is not used in their production. Raise awareness. Talk to your friends, family, and community about child labor and the importance of taking action. The more people know about the issue, the more support we can gather to fight it. Talk to your friends, family, and community about child labor. Share information, start conversations, and encourage others to get involved. Collective awareness can lead to collective action. And community about child labor and the importance of taking action. Educate yourself. Stay informed about the latest developments and research on child labor. Knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions and advocate effectively, and the importance of taking action. Educate yourself. Learn more about child labor, its causes, and its impact. Knowledge is power, and understanding the issue is the first step towards finding solutions. Learn more about child labor, its causes, and its impact. Knowledge is power, and understanding the issue is the first step towards finding solutions. By staying informed, you can be a more effective advocate for change, its causes, and its impact. Knowledge is power, and understanding the issue is the first step towards finding solutions. By working together, we can create a world where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential, and understanding the issue is the first step towards finding solutions. By working together, we can create a world where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Let's join hands and make a difference. We can create a world where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Together, we can build a brighter future for all children, free from the chains of child labor. A brighter future for every child. The fight against child labor is a fight for the future. By investing in children, we are investing in a brighter tomorrow. Education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and exploitation. When children have access to quality education, they are empowered to create a better future for themselves, their families, and their communities. Let us work together to ensure that every child has the opportunity to experience the joys of childhood, to learn and grow, and to reach their full potential. The future of our world depends on it. Conclusion. Child labor is a complex and challenging issue, but it is not insurmountable. By understanding its causes, raising awareness, and taking action, we can create a world where every child is free to learn, play, and dream. Let us work together to make child labor a relic of the past and build a brighter future for all children.